and they made an octagon. So I do want to do something a little different for you guys. So I'm going to go repeat, and I'll just explain what repeat means so you guys know. I'll make it, let's go 12, and repeat is one of the commands. Look over there. RPT means repeat. So it repeats certain instructions. So if I go with square brackets, because we're working with a list like that, I'm going to ask it to repeat a forward movement, forward, 1, and then I'm going to go with a left turn, and we know that it's going to turn left, but I don't want it to, I'm going to go with 30 like that. So it's going to repeat 12 times, and it's going to go like that. So watch. If I go like that, it's got looks like a 12-sided shape. But if I go and change this to make it let's make it a 60 over there. Watch carefully. What is that? Make it a bit bigger. So we'll change that forward to be a 3, and I'll restart. What shape are we coming up with there? Guys, please shout out the answers. I love it when you guys are active. You know, it is a hexagon. Brilliant. All right, so we know that a 60-degree turn gives us a hexagon. So we've got a hexagon, hexagon. So we know that a hexagon means X means 6. I think it's Latin. It could be Greek. I'm not sure. But hexagon. So we'll just take that away. All right. So we got a hexagon. If we have a 90-degree turn, what are we going to get then? If I go 90-degree turn, let's do it over there. 90-degree turn is a square because it's making a square. Each of those turns is going to have a 3 by 3 square. Right. And if we make it a 10 would be, let's go with a 50-degree. Let's have a look at what we're going to get there. That is a, look at there. Every time it's coming up with a different shape. Right, so we know that a 45 gave us a, what did a 45 give us? Let's have a look at the 45. Here, 45-degree. And it gives us a, what is that one? Octagon. So that's a octa, meaning 8. Right, so we know that we got this one was with, how many degrees? 60. Let's just clear everything. And we know we can scroll down, find the one. Look, I scrolled down over here. This is the scroll. Find the 60. And we know that this one brought us a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 6-sided. And you guys said it's a hexagon. So now I'm going to take that code and I'm going to put it over there. Now watch carefully. Select. I'm selecting it with the left mouse button. Right click. Sorry, left click. And I'm going to cut it. And this is the important part of today's lesson. Procedures. A set of procedures we're going to record. And we know that this is a hexagon. Hexagon. So I'm going to go Control V. I could have gone like this. Right click. Right click. Remember your mouse button is the right, and paste. And there I've got the code stored for a hexagon. I've got the code for a hexagon. If I play it, I go over there, I click on that, play it, and I've got a hexagon. But the problem is, look at the green. It's not very clear. So I'm going to just correct that. Go back here, and right in front of the repeat, I'm going to go set PC, set pen color to blue. And I'm going to go set pen size, PS, to 6. So if I go like that and play this code, it looks a lot better. Look at that. It does, you can see it far better. And I'm wasting a lot of code. Look at that. It goes and it's going over and over again. It's wasting a bit of time. It should stop about there. So if I take it back and go repeat, not 12 times, but 6 times, it might work. Let's just test it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you see I'm not wasting any space. I've already drawn my hexagon. You wouldn't, if you were drawing with a pen, go round and round and round 1,000,000 times, or even 100 times, or even 10 times. You only have to draw how many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we don't want to waste computer memory on things that it shouldn't be doing. All right, so I think that's perfect. So watch carefully. Now we're going to create our second procedure. I want to move this hexagon. So when it draws a hexagon, so if I run this code, it's going to draw a hexagon over there. Then I want this to move over there and draw another hexagon, and it must do an interesting pattern. So I'm going to go, remember it was over here. So I'm going to go, look, it would be a right turn, 90. And then I'm going to go pen up. Look at this. PU means pen up. Then I'm going to go forward 2. And then I'm going to go left turn 90. So watch carefully what that's going to do. Turn, and it's getting ready for the next drawing. So I'm going to call this, and I'm going to watch carefully. I'm selecting, making it in blue. The selection is being set. Right click, cut. And I'm going to bring in my next procedure. Here's the procedures. Remember, I taught you about that lady called Grace Hopper, one of the greatest computer programmers in the world. She was Grace Hopper. Unfortunately, she lived in a day where women weren't and girls weren't given great opportunities. And she went and studied computers in the American Navy so that she could do things. And she was a great programmer. She was involved with C++. And I'm going to call this one move. So remember, you must give your procedure an appropriate name. Usually you would give it a name that tells you what it does. Okay, so I go Control V, or I could have done this. I could right click and paste. Guys, if you see the answer, please shout out. I love interaction. Okay, now watch carefully. If I go move, I go draw a hexagon. Then I click on the move procedure. And then I draw another hexagon. And I go move hexagon. So watch. Let's go. Drawing the first hexagon. Then it'll go move. Now it's drawing the second hexagon. Oh, who can tell me why is it not drawing? Look over here. Pen up. What should have I done at the end? Pen down. Because remember, if you're moving it and it's drawing, but the pen's up, it's like then it's not drawing because it has to interact. When you say pen down, then it starts drawing. So watch, now it'll work. If I play this code, I'll just get everything ready again. And if I go play that, and it draws the first hexagon, and then it'll move there, draws the second hexagon, and then it moves there, and it draws the third hexagon, and it's only drawing 3 of them. So let's copy this. Look at that lovely bit of code. I'm selecting it, the left mouse button, right click, cut. And now I'm going to bring in a third procedure called my drawing. I'll just call it drawing. This is going to be the artwork. This is the finished artwork. So I'm going to go, my cursor's paste, and look over there. I've got drawing, move, and hexagon. Now, I think we're ready to draw a beautiful picture. So I'm going to bring in the move, I'm going to bring in some other stuff that I'm going to try bring in a bit of random stuff. So I'm going to make it left turn, almost finish, and then you guys are going to do it yourselves. And then I'm going to go forward 1. So watch this. It'll bring in a little bit more interesting features to this. So I start over there, and I think it's going to draw like a little circle or something like a circle. So my drawing and my move are going to be working. So watch, I'm going to go drawing, click drawing, and then I'm going to just play that. Okay, so it's got my 3 circles. It's changed it a little bit. Look, I made it move a bit. So it's bringing in a different hexagon. But I want to make it that it's going to do this over and over again. So watch, go to drawing, and what should I put in front of it? Repeat. So it's going to carry on doing that, and let's do it 200 times. So I'm going to go repeat. Well, here we must repeat the procedure hexagon, It must repeat the move, then it must do hexagon again, and then move, and then hexagon, and then it'll stop. So I'm going to go close my square brackets to show that the set of the look over there, there's a whole list of different procedures or commands. Okay, let's watch. So it should come up with an interesting design. And I'll move it a little bit further down. So I'm going to play drawing, and there it goes. Now it's going a bit slow. And many of you know that you can speed up your code. If I go like that, everything's going to go faster. And we'll see what it will come up with. All right, so we have this interesting design starting to happen. If it starts going over the same lines, then I'll change my code because I don't really want it doing the same thing. Look, I think it's doing the same thing. So now we know that drawing is doing the same thing over and over again. So what we want to do is stop. So let's start again. And look what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to drawing, and I'm going to change this. I'm going to go, when it finishes this, I'm going to ask it to do something else. So I'm going to go with a different bit of command. I'm going to go pen up, forward, 2, right turn, 90. And then I'm going to go pen down. So I'm going to just bring this, and this is going to be another bit of code. I'll call it, again, you can call it anything you want. Okay, again, move. So I'm going to go again, move. Right click, paste. And I'm going to use again, move to bring in a little bit more interesting stuff in my drawing. So watch, I'm going to open this. And then when I'm finished doing this, done the hexagon stuff, I'm going to go again, move. Okay, so watch. Again, move. I'll put again, move in there. Again, AINMOV. Again, move. There's the code of again, move. Is going to play in the list. And we'll see how that turns out. It'll probably be a lot more engaging because our drawing will have a little bit of that. It's not the same thing all the time. Okay. Again, moves, making it go a little bit crazy at the bottom there. So we'll move this a little bit up, put it over there. Let's just see what drawing's going to come up with now. Okay. It's making it interesting. And you can see, look, where the pen up and pen down was going there. Okay. Is it going over the same thing again and again? Okay, and then we know we need to change it a bit. Okay, so stop, go again, move, drawing. I'm going to go, now I'm going to really make it a bit crazy. I'm going to go repeat, watch this, repeat 5 times. I'm going to do drawing, and then I'm going to do again, move in here. So again, move, and then I'm going to go forward, 3, right turn, 50 degrees. Then I'm going to close that. That should be really crazy stuff. And that'll hopefully make you guys think, oh, that looks even better. So look over here. I've got something else coming in. You see how useful these procedures come up? They turn out to be really useful. Watch that. It should be something a lot more interesting because everything's a little bit changed. It's going all the way down here. It's kind of probably should have started it up there. Am I right? Okay, let's go with that. We'll try see. And as soon as I've got an interesting pattern coming, I'm going to ask you guys to then carry on and do your own. Move it a bit down. Pen. Let's see. Oh, it's coming up with something interesting. Look, it's got a kind of square shape there. And interesting. Hope it's not going to be too much going over the same thing again and again. Is it going over the same thing again and again? And that's something you've got to work on all the time to get it changing. Stop it and go over here. Let's bring in another. Forward. 3. Right turn. 70. We're starting to bring in some interesting stuff here. And then we go play it. It's giving even more randomness. Randomness means it's not always just doing the same pattern. You want to see it becoming more and more intricate. All right. Now, I think, boys and girls, I've done enough for you to understand what we want. So I'll let it play so you guys can just see it, the final drawing. But I'd like you to now get into Purple Mash and see whether you can establish your own. Now, try use a hexagon like we've done, but also you can use other shapes as well. Right. Same thing again and again. Hey. All right. But try make yours a little bit better than mine is, because mine is just repeating itself again and again. Not entirely what I wanted it to do. Bring that in. Forward one. And let's bring in a repeat in front of here. And I'm going to bring in that over there. That might even make it a lot better. All right, so you can see it's starting to get going.
My connection's not working.
All right, then go use the computer. All right, boys and girls, if your tablet's not working, I can't really sort that out for you at this stage. Then just try to use your PC to get onto Purple Mash. All right, I probably would need to fiddle with my code to make it a bit smaller, but I'd like you to show me what you come up with and try make it interesting as well. Mr. Bradley, not good. And then I'm going to bring in move. Let's make another move. And I'm going to copy this, all of this, and I'm going to bring that into my drawing and make it really go crazy. Okay. And then I can't have drawing in here. I'm going to take that out. And I'm going to go move, drawing, hexagon, again more, move, drawing, hexagon. Right, let's see how that turns out. It looks a bit better, but look, it's going a bit crazy. I want to have, it's very important that we send, in this code over here, we set the pen color black. And that should be a lot better, and it'll go and look better. Right, so let's see how that turns out. You see it's starting to be, look how it's starting to draw like a flower in the middle there. But it'll come into, we'll see what it turns out to in the end. It might just be a black blob at the end. But guys, you are, oh, there we go. It's now changed to blue. I wonder why. Couldn't quite understand that. If you can't use the PC, then you need to use